The origins of Sriracha sauce. It begins with a bottle. Clear plastic, green twist cap, and a bold red sauce inside that's as fiery as it is famous. No label on earth is more instantly recognizable in the hot sauce world. The rooster, the chili, the unmistakable font. You've seen it on diner tables, ramen bowls, food trucks, pho restaurants, and probably in your own fridge. But behind that humble squeeze bottle lies one of the most unlikely success stories in food history, a journey that crosses oceans, cultures, war zones, and decades. Because Sriracha, for all its hype and heat, didn't begin in America. And it didn't begin in a factory. It began in a small town on the Gulf of Thailand, with a woman named Thanom Chakapak, and a recipe born of family, flavor, and a bit of fiery intuition. Welcome to True History in Minutes, where everyday objects reveal their hidden past. We uncover the fascinating stories behind the things you use every day. Today we look at the origins of Sriracha sauce. Let's rewind the clock, not to the 80s or 90s, but all the way back to the 1930s in Sriracha, a coastal town in eastern Thailand. This is where our story truly begins. Thanom Chakapak was no entrepreneur. She wasn't looking to create an international brand or launch a condiment empire. She was simply making a garlic chili sauce in her own kitchen, a local blend of red chili peppers, vinegar, garlic, sugar, and salt. Nothing unusual, really. Thai cuisine is rich with heat and flavor. But what made her sauce special was balance. Unlike traditional Thai chili pastes that brought explosive heat, Thanom's sauce had a mellow sweetness and a tangy brightness that paired beautifully with seafood and vegetables. It had kick, yes, but it also had character. She gave some away to neighbors. Then more people came asking for bottles. Eventually, she and her family started bottling it themselves under the name Sriracha Panic, Sriracha sauce in Thai. It gained a local following. Quietly, without fanfare, Thanom had created a new kind of sauce and named it after her town. And for decades, that's where the story stayed. A regional favorite, a family brand, a secret known mostly to Thais and adventurous travelers. Until, on the other side of the world, a completely different story was just beginning. Fast forward to 1975, to California, where a man named David Tran had just arrived as a refugee from Vietnam. He was part of the mass exodus of ethnic Chinese after the fall of Saigon, part of what history now calls the boat people. He had nothing, no country, no home. But he had one thing, a love for chili sauce. Back in Vietnam, David had been making his own version of Thai-style hot sauce, using fresh chilies, garlic, and sugar, but with a thicker consistency and a little more heat. When he landed in Los Angeles, he realized something strange. He couldn't find anything like it in American stores. There were Mexican salsas, Louisiana-style hot sauces, and even a few soy-based Asian condiments. But that fresh, garlicky chili flavor? It was missing. So, out of a rented building in Chinatown, he started making his own. In baby food jars, with hand-applied labels. The name of his fledgling company? Huy Fong Foods, named after the Taiwanese freighter that brought him to America. The logo? A rooster, because Tran was born in the year of the rooster. The price? Dirt cheap. The flavor? Explosive. People loved it. At first, he sold to local Vietnamese restaurants, then Chinese and Thai. But slowly, word spread. In kitchens across California, chefs began sneaking it into dishes. Diners started squirting it on eggs, burgers, noodles, tacos, everything. By the early 2000s, Sriracha had become more than a hot sauce. It was a movement. But here's where the story takes a twist. Because the Sriracha most people know today, the one in the green-capped bottle, isn't a Thai sauce at all. It's David Tran's version, a Vietnamese-American reinvention of a Thai original, bottled in California, made with California-grown jalapenos, and crafted to appeal to the American palate. His recipe is thicker than traditional Thai Sriracha, spicier, and far more garlicky. It doesn't require refrigeration. And despite the Asian label, Tran has never trademarked the name Sriracha. That's right. The most famous Sriracha in the world is not legally protected. Why? Tran has always believed in flavor first, business second. He never advertised, never franchised, never even tried to dominate the market. He believed that if the sauce was good enough, it would sell itself, and it did. By 2010, Haiphong Foods was selling over 20 million bottles a year, all from one factory in Irwindale, California. That factory became a legend in itself. Locals complained about the smell, a potent mix of garlic and vinegar that hung in the air for blocks. In 2013, the city sued Haiphong Foods, trying to shut it down. The so-called Sriracha Wars made headlines across the U.S., but fans fought back. Online petitions, protest tweets, Save Sriracha campaigns. It was like watching people rally for a national monument, and that's exactly what Sriracha had become. A symbol of culinary rebellion, of immigrant hustle, of the American dream with a little chili kick. And yet, for all its popularity, most people don't know the sauce is only loosely based on the original Sriracha from Thailand. In fact, if you go to Thailand and ask for Sriracha, you'll be handed a completely different sauce. Thinner, tangy, less garlicky, and often used more as a dipping sauce than a condiment. To the Thai, what David Tran made is not true Sriracha, it's something new. Delicious, yes, but not theirs. And that raises a fascinating question. Who owns a flavor? Is it the person who invented it? The one who perfected it? The one who made it global? Sriracha is now made by dozens of companies, from Thailand to Texas, and none of them can claim exclusive rights to the name. It's become a generic term like ketchup or soy sauce. There's even been a cultural backlash. Some chefs now see Sriracha as overused, a crutch, the pumpkin spice latte of spicy food. But here's the truth. The sauce endures not because it's trendy, but because it's good. And maybe, in the end, that's the point. Sriracha isn't just a sauce. It's a story. Of a woman in a Thai fishing town who trusted her palate. Of a refugee in California who brought heat to a new homeland. Of flavor that crosses borders without a passport. And of a little bottle with a green cap and a red fire inside. That became a symbol of something bigger than food. Because in every drop of Sriracha, there's a story of migration, adaptation, risk, reinvention, and resilience. So next time you reach for that bottle, pause for just a second. Behind that rooster is a century-long journey, from Sriracha to Saigon to Los Angeles, and into kitchens all over the world, and that is the real heat behind Sriracha. If this story fired up your curiosity, give it a like, share it with a fellow spice lover, and subscribe for more untold tales from food history, explained in minutes. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next episode.